Sure, we call them animals, and we think that we humans are above them. Well, we may have an upper hand in terms of intelligence, but when it comes to love, emotion, and loyalty, the animals are way ahead of us. In this video, you'll see some of the most dangerous and feared animals meeting with their owners after years, and the reaction will definitely make your day. But if you think it's all about dogs, cats, and rabbits, you are wrong, my friend. Because we will tell you the story of a full-grown gorilla and even a lion. So get your tissues ready, because this video will bring tears in your eyes. Limbani meets his foster parents. Just look at how excited and happy this little chimp is when he finds his human dad and mom. This couple, George and Tanya, adopted Limbani and took round-the-clock care of him for a few months from the day he was born, since he was abandoned by his real mother as he had pneumonia, and that was 2 years ago. Even after 2 long years, when he met with his human parents at the Zoological Wildlife Foundation, he couldn't contain his excitement and jumped into the arms of his father, and he showed the same adorable reaction as he went to the lap of his mother. Do you find it any different from a human child seeing their mom and dad after an interval? I don't think so. These animals just need a little love, and in return, they will open their heart for you forever. Jupiter the lion meets his mother. The story of Jupiter the lion would surely have you in tears. The lion was born in a circus in Colombia, where his parents were mistreated and his fate seemed to be the same. He used to be abused and malnourished, but fortunately, a lady named Ana Julia Torres rescued him in time and brought him to her facility for helpless animals. Jupiter's life took a new turn, as he was well fed and his human mother made sure he felt at home. For 19 long years, Ana Julia treated him like her own son, and Jupiter also loved her like his own mother. If you don't believe me, look at this footage. She went to meet Jupiter, and as soon as he sees his mother, he comes and gives her a warm, tight hug. He also kisses her and doesn't want to leave his mother. Just think for a moment, a full-grown lion is hugging and kissing a human. Seems surreal, but love can make wonders. But Jupiter's fate wasn't kind enough. Shortly after, the government transported all the animals from Ana Julia's facility to a new one. And there was Jupiter, sad and devastated, going away from his mother. But the story doesn't end here. Jupiter was again mistreated and malnourished in the new facility, and his weight dropped to 90 kilograms in those few months. After some time, he was sent to a zoo near to his mother so that he can recover. But his body couldn't take the torture, as he died after a short while. When I heard this story, I was heartbroken. I literally cried. Rest in peace, Jupiter. Quibi spent some time with his human BFF. Quibi was brought from Africa and raised by DAMIAN Aspinall in England, as the little gorilla had nobody to care for him. They both grew fond of each other, and when Quibi turned 5, DAMIAN took him back to Africa so that he can live freely in the wild as he should. 5 years went by after that, and DAMIAN felt the need to see his ape friend. So, he went straight to Africa. It's been 5 years since Quibi and DAMIAN saw each other. Everyone warned DAMIAN about the visit, as it was pretty obvious that Quibi would be a whole different gorilla in the jungle, and he won't remember DAMIAN after 5 long years. But the bond between DAMIAN and Quibi was stronger than any warning. So, he reached there and called Quibi from his boat. And guess what? Quibi recognized his buddy's voice, and he came near the bank. DAMIAN went and sat down with Quibi, just like the old times. Just see how both of these friends are enjoying each other's company. In fact, Quibi called his family, his wife and children. The whole family met with his human friend DAMIAN, and they were quite receptive. It was time to say bye, as DAMIAN had to leave the place. But Quibi wasn't ready to let his friend go after such a long absence. He hugged him from behind and wasn't leaving him. But at the end, DAMIAN took off, and Quibi kept going with the boat as long as he could. True friendship exists. Kiera sees Adolfo after 7 years. This is how a lioness reacts when she meets with her dad after years. Her name is Kiera, and she was rescued by Adolfo when she was just a fluffy little cub. He brought her to a wild animal reservation where he raised and trained her, but above all, gave the love that she deserved. With time, the bond between Kiera and Adolfo grew stronger, as if a daughter got her father and a father found his little princess. But she was, in fact, a lioness. and as she grew bigger, it was not possible to contain her inside the park. So, Adolfo decided to part ways and send her to the Black Jaguar White Tiger Foundation in Mexico City. But you can't really separate a father and daughter. After 7 years, Adolfo decided to visit his adopted daughter, Kiera. Everyone told Adolfo that she must have forgotten all about him, and it's a risk to meet her like old times. But the father in Adolfo was missing his daughter. Finally, he arrived, and as he was approaching Kiera's enclosure, Kiera seemed a little restless. She discovered a very familiar scent, but couldn't understand who it is. Finally, when Adolfo showed up and entered Kiera's cage, she jumped into Adolfo's arms. She was extremely happy and cheery to see her dad in person after all these years. It was truly unbelievable to see a fierce, ferocious lioness behaving like a child with a human. But that is the bond between Kiera and Adolfo, a daughter and a father. They kept playing and perhaps forgot about time. Such love is rare, even in humans. Jake the hyena has a surprise birthday visit. When you think of a hyena, what's the first visual that comes to your mind? Let me say, a heartless animal hunting down innocent prey and killing them, right? I used to think that too, until I got to know about Jake. Jake was very little when BRYAN HAWN found him. Then he took care of him and sent him to Octagon Wildlife Sanctuary so that he can get a better care. It's been a year since Jake and BRYAN saw each other, and BRYAN decided to give Jake a surprise by visiting him on his 4th birthday. As he came close to Jake's cage, the dangerous hyena was overjoyed to see his father. He rolled around in happiness and couldn't stop laughing. It was their quality time as BRYAN rubbed his belly and coddled him just like the old times. Those who say animals forget their owner after a long time, this video is enough to prove them wrong. I'm sure this is the best birthday gift Jake could ask for. Orphan bear meets with her human carer. Sure, they look fluffy and cute, but there's hardly an animal that can be as dangerous as a bear. But no matter how dangerous they are, they also have a heart, and they care deeply for those who care for them, even a human. This man used to care and train this orphan bear when she was young. After that, the bear was moved to a better facility, and they didn't meet. But after some years, this caretaker decided to meet her. When he did, the orphan bear couldn't contain her happiness. Just see how she is playing with him. And now look at her claws. The slightest scratch can be fatal to this guy. But he knows that the bear loves him. He rubbed her chest and belly, and the large deadly bear was lying down, enjoying the love of her father. This is priceless. Dog reunites with owner after 10 days. Dog is man's best friend, and it was quite inevitable to include a reuniting story of a dog and its owner. The owner of this dog was away for 10 days, and this dog went to receive him on the day of his return. He was sitting inside the car, but as soon as he saw his owner, he was crazy happy. He jumped from the window and ran straight to him. The owner was also emotional to see his beloved dog after an interval. The dog kept running like crazy and jumping to his owner's arms until he took him in his lap and coddled him. Hey, it's been 10 days. Who doesn't need a little pampering? Gabriel meets his friend once again. Cheetahs are known for being one of the big cats and the fastest runners in the world. But after watching this video, you'll remember them as a being capable of loving and caring. VOLKER adopted an 8-month-old cheetah whom he called Gabriel. He spent years with him, taking care of him and training him. And in this time, they both got close to each other and they share a bond nobody can understand. But for some reason, Dolph and Gabriel didn't meet for almost 2.5 years. It has never been this long. First, a volunteer gave Dolph his t-shirt to Gabriel to sniff so he can recognize his friend. And when Dolph finally met Gabriel without any barrier of a cage or a chain, Gabriel was just like a human friend meeting his best buddy after months of separation. Gabriel was happy. He licked Dolph's face and kept looking as it's been almost 3 years since he couldn't coddle his friend. No matter how tough he looks, he has a loving heart beating under his chest. So, these are some moments when animals met their owners after years. Aren't they absolutely adorable? We humans often forget that they have a heart too. If you give them love, they will love you too. So, protest against animal cruelty and love them as much as you can. If these videos touched your heart, give us a thumbs up and share your opinion in the comments section. And if you have such a story with your pet, I'll be more than willing to listen to your story. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon if you don't want to miss videos like this in the future. I'll take your leave today, but I'll be back with a brand new video. Take care and goodbye.